Another live stream watch along reaction. Tonight, we are watching and reacting to CF Montreal versus Orlando City SC in the Eastern Conference first round of the 2022 MLS Cup playoffs. The 2 versus 7 matchup in the East. Montreal versus Orlando City at Stade Saputo. Montreal, their best season ever, versus Orlando, the Open Cup champions, of course. Should be a very good matchup, for sure. For Montreal, the 3-5-2 under Wilfried Nancy. In goal, we have James Panamis, the back three of Kamal Miller, Joel Waterman, and Rudy Camacho. The midfield five, Alassi Lapalainen, Ishmael Kone, Victor Wanyama, and Samuel Piet, and Alistair Johnston. Up top, Kai Kamara and Jordi Mihailovic. For Orlando City under Oscar Pareja, 4-2-3-1 in goal, Pedro Gallese. The back four, Juan, Rodrigo Schlegel, João Moutinho, Antonio Carlos. The midfielders, Cesar Araujo and Junior Urso. The midfield three, Facundo Torres, Mauricio Pereira, and Ivan Angulo. Striker, Erkan Kara is what we have for this Montreal-Orlando game. Who's winning non-biased? I have Montreal moving through non-biased, of course. Let's say it like this. My head says Montreal, my heart says Orlando, but I put Montreal through on my bracket. I want to see them choke, of course, but, and I've also, of course, but I'm not stupid enough to just be like, hey, Team Chaos, boom. I'll give them respect when they deserve it, and they've had a pretty good season, so deserved respect. I'm scared, says Winvo. I don't blame you. What up, Elias? Vince Carter. Hold on. Vince Carter, because it's a throwback to it's a 98 throwback, so. If it had a Nike logo, then you could say could be Eric Moreland, but nice jersey, Ryan, no problem. It's purple, and it has a Toronto reference to it, so it works for me. For the heart portion of me, it works for me. I swear to God, Orlando, if they don't throw the kitchen sink, then the last 12 hours have been hell. We'll see what they do. What's up, Hans? How we doing? Good evening. Good evening. We're doing good. Come on, Orlando. If it comes down to penalties, don't do what RSL did. I would be mad if they did what RSL did. For obvious reasons. Boom. Guess that. Santos or Toluca, 3-4 on aggregate right now. I say Toluca. I like what Ambriz is doing down there. Ignacio Ambriz is doing down there at Toluca. Very good coach, very good manager, and honestly, I think Toluca's hot right now. I think Toluca's hot right now with Ambriz. I got to go with Toluca. We will see. Yes. See if this goes all the way. Match 4 of 6 in the first round. Of course, we got 2 more tomorrow. FC Dallas versus Minnesota, RSR. New York versus Miami. Live, of course. I cover everything but Cincinnati this weekend. At least everything in the playoffs but Cincinnati this weekend besides the recap. This is the last watch along tonight. Yankees are winning 3-0 in the bottom of the third. I'm not shocked. Tigres or Pachuca? Tigres. I think they're the team that's maybe the second best team talent-wise in Liga MX. Standings-wise, they weren't. But talent-wise, their best level, they're second. Penalties gave me a mini headache. It will if this ends up going to penalties. World Cup starts next month, right? Yep. About a month and 2 days from now, yes. So 33 days? 32, 33 days. It don't seem like much. Is America taking it all in Liga MX? I wouldn't bet the field against them, that's for sure. I wouldn't bet the field against them. Tigres, I got to see what the final is. I can't just say now I'm taking the field over America. No, I can't do that. If it's Tigres, I'm saying that's a push. I'm not completely sure. America against anybody else? they probably win. Against Tigres, they're probably a slight favorite, but they're not so much of an overall favorite that I would honestly probably go Tigres. If it says, yeah, that's probably because they add on the 20 minutes during the kickoff show. We know. I know what that is. Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's ESPN. They love doing this. CF Montreal, the 2 seed, versus Orlando City, the 7 seed. Wonder what happened to Romeo Kyoto. Guess he must have got scratched because he was there. So it wasn't a suspension. I guess he must have got scratched. Bargov says, Vamos Orlando. Got some Orlando fans here. Kickoff shows are stupid. If it's its own thing, it's not. But if it's like built into the time frame of the match, it is. Oh, Adrian Healy is who they got for this one. And Brian Dunseth. So if you're actually listening to ESPN, that ain't too bad, actually. It's not Ali Moreno, thank God. Well, I wasn't listening anyway because I'm here, but, you know. I feel for the people that are, if it was. Exactly, but they can't take away time from Sports Center. Not like there was really anything to cover. You could have easily done a 30-minute Sports Center and had no problem with it. Well, what do I know? Let's see. Kyoto's not hurt. I guess they just chose to sit him. Or he got scratched. Either way. Somebody find that for me. Oh. Showing highlights of Red Bull versus Cincinnati. Of course, the Luciano Acosta penalty. And then the big counterattack goal from Brandon Vasquez. Pretty good win. Philly versus Cincinnati at 7 o'clock on Thursday in Philadelphia. That should be a good match. I had it predicted anyway. Of course, the winner of this match will host the winner of New York and Miami. Well, four wins, no losses, no draws at home for Montreal in the playoffs. See if they keep that way. Orlando's won 5 of their last 7 meetings versus Montreal. So it's not completely out of the realm of possibility. Orlando does what they got to do. I don't want to be screwed 5 times 2 days. Duke football. Panthers are now 1-4. Barcelona, North Carolina. Oh, it has been a bad 2 days, ain't it? Of course, if Orlando wins and New York wins, or if Orlando wins, the winner of New York versus Miami would host Orlando on next Sunday, a week from today. Yep. At 12. At 12 Central. My God, that's early. And then Austin versus the winner of Dallas and Minnesota will be 7 o'clock. You're kidding me. Makes no sense to me. I'll tell you that much. If Orlando can win, then what dare should I do? I do not want to dare you because that just feels mean. And I have no idea, and I also have no idea, but oh! That Austin RSL game was crazy. Just ended 2 hours ago. CF Montreal should win, but Orlando's a tournament team. And I mean, history also does back Orlando. It does. I mean, 5 out of 7 of their last meetings, they've won against Montreal. Also, Montreal and Orlando have not drawn any of their last 3 matches against each other. So, that's definitely an interesting thing. That's definitely interesting. We should have a winner here. 6 matches. Montreal has a winning run, a 6-match winning run. And look, Stade Saputo is full. The first time I've ever seen that. What's up, Connor? How we doing? How we doing? I'm posting my thoughts on TikTok after every match of the MLS playoffs. Nice. Like it. I like that. And hey, you could listen to it at the gym. I mean, I don't know how much that pumps you up, but can't be that bad. It's better than NPR. I've heard of people working out listening to NPR, so can't be worse. You don't know what's ever going to catch a stray on this channel. You don't know. That's the fun of it, or some of the fun of it. That's the plan. I rarely listen to music these days. I mean, unless you have favorite songs you like from the past, honestly, currently, there's nothing really good to listen to. Unless it's like comebacks of bands or something. Because I will say, Blink-182 coming back is honestly cool. Even though I just really became a Blink-182 fan. There you go. They're a good band, though. Once you actually look into them, they're actually a good band. Oh, Guardians scored a run, 3-1 at the end of the third. Nice. But again, current music, A lot of it's a miss. Match should start about 10 minutes. Nah, I took a break in between Austin and Austin RSL in between Austin and Montreal. I took a break. It was a 2-hour break. I mean, I thought 2-hour break was pretty noticeable. Maybe YouTube just doesn't catch up. I know sometimes when you've streamed and then you stop going live, it takes YouTube a little bit to catch up with the fact you stopped streaming. So maybe, I didn't know it took that long, but YouTube does what it does on the subscription feed, so I understand that. At least desktop-wise. Nice Vince Carter throwback. Thank you. Had to wear something purple, and, well, also reps Toronto at the same time. You know what's going on. I thought, so not Minnesota. McDonald's does a frozen Coca-Cola, eh? All right. Let's see how good theirs is. Compared to just freezing a can and pouring it out after like 20 minutes or something. I haven't done that in a while, actually. Maybe I should. I agree with that. NPR used to have a mini NPR station near the Durham Bulls Stadium, and they literally had audio boxes spread around the walking path. So if you wanted to hear the TV near the restaurant or NPR. Interesting. I'm sure the Durham Bulls Stadium was better at that point than it was in the movie, Bull Durham. We're going to the Smashing Pumpkins concert this Thursday over at Madison Square Garden. That's cool. I like Billy Corgan. So I respect it. New York don't possibly play till Sunday anyway. So New York Where if they get through, they don't play until. If they get through, they wouldn't play until the Sunday anyway. So yeah. That sucks. 33 days. Yep, I can't wait either. It's going to be here before you know it. But Billy Corgan is a good musician and also a good booker in the world of wrestling, I say. Fan who turned into a booker, so all respect, all respect. There's a hole in Quebec that they call Montreal. Go to hell, Montreal, go to hell. You asked for it. North Carolina Central play in the old Bull Durham Stadium. Nice. Of course, yeah, the last time Montreal played Miami, they beat up on. Montreal's 11. Again, James Panamis in goal. The back three, Joel Waterman, Rudy Camacho, and Kamal Miller. The midfield four, Alistair Johnston, Samuel Piet, Victor Wanyama, Lassi Lapalhainen. I guess. The front three, Jordy Mihailovic, Ishmael Kone, and Kai Kamara. The front three. So they have a 4-3-3 here. Thought Mob says 3-5-2. Orlando City's third consecutive MLS Cup playoffs appearance. They have 14 wins this year. A club record. Kai Kamara is starting, yes. 500, 1,000 stadium seats in the Bull Durham Stadium, so they keep it well maintained. Okay, nice. 2 wins, 4 losses, and 0 draws in their last 6 regular season games. Orlando qualified for the playoffs on their last game of the season. Of course, against Columbus. Who's your favorite NBA player of all time? Honestly, DeMar DeRozan, yeah. I would say. Yeah, DeMar would have to be, I think, for me. Vince Carter did a lot for the Raptors, same as McGrady, but oh yeah, Kobe. Kobe's a good shout too, yeah. I would say DeMar is my favorite Raptor of all time, but yeah, Kobe overall, you're right. For Orlando City, Pedro Gallese in goal, the back four, Juan, Antonio Carlos, Rodrigo Schlegel, João Moutinho. We got Cesar Araujo, Junior Urso, Facundo Torres, Mauricio Pereira, Ivan Angulo in the midfield, and Erkan Kara up top. No, he didn't. That's why they traded him for Kawhi. I'll be over in Sacramento for 3 days next Sunday, so if you progress, I'll be away. What's your prediction for tomorrow night? Good, sir. For me, I think New York wins 3-2. I feel like it's going to be some sort of a, not a penalty shootout, but like a goal fest. Yeah, goal fest is a better word for, goal fest. 3-2. Goal fest, 3-2 New York. I just have a feeling it's going to be one of those games. Goal fest, 3-2 for the Citizens. Be nice if Pozuelo and Miami go through, of course, for sentimental reasons because of Pozuelo, but again, I have New York going through on my bracket because I think in the end they are the better team and they probably will get it done. So yeah. That's right. Kawhi and Fred VanVleet helped him win that championship. Yep. I was waiting for it was the Royal Rumble pre-show. I was watching the Royal Rumble pre-show and I checked my phone and then the Kobe news, the first time I read it, I'm like, oh shit. I was like, Then I looked like for 5 sources just to make sure it was true. I'm like, this can't. I'll never forget that. Damn. Santos goal disallowed. Brazil. That's a moment I won't forget. It was just crazy. Yeah, I agree with that. Yep. It was sad. Santos, Mexico. Oh, yes. I have Inter Miami going through. I can't pick NYCFC. See, here's the funny part. Like, maybe it's the territory I'm in, but when Montreal deserves respect, I give them respect. Is it hard to do? Yes. Do I want to puke sometimes when I do it? Yes. But when Montreal deserves respect, I give them respect. And going through a game like this, having them going through on my bracket is respect. So, same with Vancouver as well. The Kobe news happened when I was at Providence Park, ironically. Preseason, I guess? Because it was on the day of the Royal Rumble. That would still have been preseason. Wait, yeah. Portland did have a preseason tournament at Providence Park in 2020, didn't they? And I think they were playing a game that day. Weren't they? Seems like that was right timing, yeah. I think so. Now that I remember. It was preseason, yep. Exactly. Same here. That's exactly what I did. I'm like, here we go. Oh, look, they use the Impact name on their TIFO. I'm not shocked. And here we go. Montreal in the playoffs versus Orlando. About to kick off. Montreal in the black. Orlando will be in their white kits, I would bet. Their white sunburst kits, white and purple. Yep, their white sunburst kits is what Orlando are in. Montreal in the black and blue. Please give me strength. It's the playoffs. That's how it feels. And here we go. Orlando to kick off this first half at Stade Saputo. Streamers in goal. Man, I've never seen Stade Saputo that full. No joke. I've never. Good for Montreal. Good for Montreal. Not one North American in Orlando starting 11. Love it. And they're still 7th in the East. Here we go. Good luck with that Winvo. I know exactly what would happen. That's just double sad. They're going buck wild at Stade Saputo. Trying to get the streamers out of the goal. Here we go. Ishmael Elfath is the referee. Corey Parker and Blanchard the assistants. And they have kicked off. Orlando have kicked off, and here we go. Yeah, I didn't know either. They've got 14,000 empty seats. Normally, they got 14,000 empty seats. They got 14,000 empty seats. Montreal's a massive club. Oh, they fuck! You made me think of that already. Why? Oh God, why Elfast? Because God wants to see you suffer? I'm not saying he does, but 1 minute in. I guess, well, no, I guess God wants to see me suffer too, because even though I can give Montreal respect and put them through, no, it's ELFATH. Yeah. Good luck, Winvo. Rocky hates Elfaf the most. I think we all do. But, Ishmael Elfaf doesn't deserve his name to be spelled correctly anyway. Here we go. Goal kick for Panamas to play forward. Montreal getting pressed by Orlando here. There we go. Close the space, but there we go. Injury, Schlegel's hopping, but 212 is where I am. No, Schlegel. Oh, Erkan Kara got hurt. You know, if he got subbed out, does that really? How ironic Montreal could sell out the playoffs when Red Bull can't sell out even in the playoffs. It might not have been sold out because it was the early game Saturday, but it's sad. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe Montreal sold out Stade Saputo for this match, but I know when the matches are big, they've sold out the Big O. They've sold out Olympic Stadium, so they have a fan base. They just don't care until it matters. Or the city just doesn't care till it matters. I've just forgotten that nothing's mattered for them since the 2016 Eastern Conference Final. But they certainly have earned this home game for sure. So what do you have as halftime score? My prediction for the halftime score? 1-1, maybe 2-1 Montreal, but there's going to be some goals. Orlando's still going to be in it, but I think they're going to will have allowed a goal by halftime. 4th minute. Oh. Come on, Miller. Last year, Lapalainen. There's more goals to the first half. Yeah. There's going to be goals. 5th minute. Wanyama slide tackles to keep possession, but it's a throw-in for Montreal. Offensive throw-in for Montreal. Oscar Pereira's 11th career season as an MLS manager, 141 wins in MLS history. Of course, his 3rd season with Orlando. Montreal going forward. Kone. Wanyama. Victor Wanyama switches the play. Kai Kamara on the run, but it gets headed away by Antonio Carlos. Johnston heads it down. No, that was That was Camacho. Mihailovic. Jordy Mihailovic. Playing forward. Jordy Mihailovic on the ball. Back to Piet. Camacho playing forward here for Montreal. Trying to find some lanes. CF Montreal is Kamal Miller. Plays forward. Kai Kamara on the run. And he runs out. And that's a throw in for Orlando. Saw that Rick Rubin is a massive WWE fan. Nice. Montreal lose it. Will it be Wanyama's last game? Well, Montreal, yes. In football, I don't know. But with Montreal, yes, this will be his last game. Guardians scored 2-3 versus the Yankees bottom fourth. The Guardians just don't die. Hey, maybe Joe Boo does work. Hey, maybe Joe Boo does work. I think he'll go to a team in Europe. Wanyama's really not even that good with Montreal. Header by Kai Kamara, and it just goes into the air and flies over the goal. Interesting. Yeah, it is the 7th minute. Kamara just over the top. Nice pass there, but he's onside, and it just bounces off his head. He didn't even really jump for that. It just bounced off his head. 7:27 for me. 7-minute 27. Waterman playing forward. Wanyama. I don't even think Wanyama's been that good for Montreal for the past 3 years. 3 seasons. I don't see why he'd go back to Europe. Maybe he'll go to Saudi Arabia. or maybe, I believe I'm ahead of you by a tiny bit. Oh, DirecTV is being DirecTV. I hate to see it. I'll handle it. Montreal playing forward. Send Victor Wanyama to Japan. I could see that. Let me handle this. Montreal going forward. Once they get this play over with. Kone. Lapalainen. Blocked away. That'll be cleared by Orlando. 8:50. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Montreal on the ball. Yep, DirecTV was behind like 13 seconds. 8:50. And into the 9th minute. There's a hole in Quebec that they call Montreal. Go to hell, Montreal. Go to hell. Not really. Japan's good at handling legendary players. I mean, is Wanyama really a legend, though? I mean, is he really? I mean, even with Spurs, I mean, he was a good player there, but he's not a legend. Cross in. Cleared away by Orlando. What a clearance by Antonio Carlos. Off the back foot. Amazing. Beautiful. 10th minute. Like, I don't see Wanyama as a legend. I just don't. Yeah, he's a well-known player, but he's not a legend. Like, I'll give you a well-known player. Legend's pushing it. He left Europe very early, very young-ish. Wasn't young, but younger than normal. Header that'll roll out. Speaking of Victor Wanyama, on the ball is Wanyama right now that goes out for Orlando throw. Victor Wanyama is your average midfielder. In MLS, yes, he has been. Very average. Very average. 11th minute, if he probably is. Maybe that's what's clouding my judgment. The fact that Wanyama's Montreal career, I was never a Spurs fan anyway, so the MLS teams items aren't sold in Morocco. I can't believe Pato jerseys aren't in Morocco since everyone remembers him at Milan. That'd be cool to see, especially for you. Will Toronto sports be great again? I'm not going to predict that because I just don't know. Whenever it happens, I'll be somewhat shocked. And what is great is like two teams being good, great. I don't know what great is. I don't know if they were ever great. Like teams may have been good at one time, but I don't know if they've ever been great. 12th minute. Montreal getting pressed by Orlando here in the 12th minute. Orlando's trying to find something here, and that's nothing. Bounces right back to Waterman, and that's out for a throw. And is that an Orlando attacking throw? Looks like it is. Nope, it's a Montreal defensive throw. They were just dropping it so Johnston could take it. Yeah, I agree with that. I'll still believe they can, but Lapalainen with a good clearance up to Mihailovic. Jordy Mihailovic. Standing to see where to pass. Kone gets tripped over. Yellow card already for Antonio Carlos. That was quick. What? Explain to me why. That was just quick. That was quick on the gun, but 13th minute yellow card Antonio Carlos for trampling that trip over Kone. You know, that was you can't not already. Let's all have a celebration of Montreal loses tonight. See, the hell? ESPN? That was, well, if I had any champagne to pour all over myself, I would do it, but I don't have any. If I had any champagne to pop and pour all over myself, I would do it, but I don't. Fifteenth minute. 0-0. I'm disappointed I only have 3 MLS jerseys. Says Winvo. I mean, we all have to start somewhere. Sadly, you don't have enough for 4 playoff matches, and it could be multiple teams. So. Plays forward. And And that's a foul. Free kick for Orlando. Think about this. Ever since we watched the Blue Jays, they look all right. But John Schneider's interim TFC have been great without any rebuild. The team that's 3 years, also the Raptors. Imagine if Montreal pulls off a 2022 CCL Leon tonight. Kaká Real Madrid dark blue and a navy blue Real Madrid jersey. Nice. Wait, whoa. Aren't you a Barcelona fan, though? Well, hold on, though. Aren't you a Barcelona fan, though? And you got 2 Real Madrid jerseys? Throw in. You love Kaká, though. Well, yeah, he did play for Orlando, so it ended up working out for you. Same as Pot, though, honestly. Yeah, it ended up working out for you. Fair enough. I collect good jerseys no matter the club. Better man than I. Because I would never wear... Well... Okay, no, Montreal has some cool jerseys that had the Impact name on them, but still, that's... I couldn't see myself wearing a Montreal Impact jersey, even if I lost a bet. Even if somebody were to troll me and send me fan mail with like a 2015 Impact away jersey. Thank you for trolling me, and I mean, I guess I'll put it in my collection, but I ain't wearing it. Top stuff. I mean, 17th minute. Yeah, Winvo's a Barcelona fan. He was complaining about the Classico today. Even earlier. Lapalainen. Mihailovic. Kone! Taken down in the box! No penalty! No penalty! Kone's down. What do you think about Ricardo Cadena being sacked from Chivas? I thought he's been a good coach. So that's actually a bad decision, I think, personally. I thought Cadena's been a good manager. So I think that's a bad decision. I mean, Huon did sort of push him over. I mean, I think that's a pen. And I hate Montreal, but that's a pen. No way. That's a pen. Goes with Atlanta and Inter Miami plus Inter Milan and Chivas. What did Chivas do to you? I'm the one who should rightfully have a grudge against Chivas. No penalty still. Now I thought that was a pen. That should be that looks like it's a goal kick. Ismail Elfaf, somehow the 2022 MLS Referee of the Year. Are the voters blind? Or are the voters stupid? Or are they so bad? Or all referees in MLS so bad that the worst referee is somehow Referee of the Year? Is this some sick joke they're playing? The flag with the M is funny looking. Yeah. Foul against. Yeah, that's a foul. Chelsea fans are so passionate. I agree. There's a reason the Super League got basically derailed, if I'm honestly. Sick joke, lol. Chivas is like TFC. Honestly, I could agree with that. With the front office and all that, I could agree with that. '20th minute. The M flag looks like it came from Microsoft Paint. When Clippy helped you do your first project on Microsoft Paint as well. Kone might have been looking for a penalty, but that looked like a PK. I thought it did. 20th minute. I think Montreal got screwed there. BKL's a fan of every city team. He's a fan of NYCFC, Man City, Girona, Montevideo City, Melbourne City. If he watches any Australian football. Melbourne City. And it's Melbourne. It's Melbourne. Not Melbourne. It's Melbourne. Trust me, you don't want to get that wrong. 21st minute. Yeah. 21st minute. And I mean, everybody loves Ole, just to certain levels. I don't love it as much as Halliburton. Do you think South Korea can make it to the knockout stage of the World Cup? I mean, I could see it. I mean, oil helps us live our lives. Oil helps us live our lives. Now, I'm not somebody who wants to see blood spilled over it like Halliburton does, but that's just me. But I know oil helps us live our lives. And I'm not going to eat the bugs, and I'm not going to live in a tent either, so yeah. My lifestyle needs oil, so I've accepted that. "23rd minute. Jeez, this game so far. 23rd minute. Yeah, I saw that. Like, I get trying to tell people the rules, but on a welcome poster, #24, 23rd minute, Montreal versus Orlando. This game, honestly, is a letdown after the Austin RSL game. Montreal is not playing as good as I thought they would have. Are we primed for an upset? Who knows? Barca, Orlando, and USA Morocco fan, says Winvo. So we'll be at each other's throats on the third match day of the group stage. Good to know. Mihailovic is him. Can't wait till he goes to the Netherlands. Yeah, I agree. Mihailovic is a great footballer. He's a wonderful footballer. And I can't wait to see him play. Is it AZ Alkmaar? I think it's AZ Alkmaar. I think. I think he'll do well. Shot over the bar. Erkan Kara misses. Not shocking, but still. Erkan Kara missed. Wide right. Laces out, Finkel. Laces out. I support Leipzig and Salzburg. If your team is owned by a group that owns other teams, you're most likely to support them. Exactly. And you love drinking Red Bull, I bet. Yeah, most fans probably won't follow it. Cruz Azul, Club American, Chivas fam, don't mind me. Bragantino in Brazil. Yeah, do you support Bragantino, RBI? Kara equals overrated. Exactly. Like, he's the new version of Jonder Cadiz. Erkan Kara is a new version of Jonder Cadiz. The man was born offside, and even if he does get a shot that's not offside, he'll probably miss it. We have to have one of those players, and since Jonder left the MLS, now we got Erkan Kara. Stayed in the South, just a little bit even more south. Exactly. See, there we go. Like, I don't think any other striker would have missed that. I know he's overrated even in my book. Okay. Sometimes you got to admit the truth. Sometimes you have to admit the truth. Montreal started 9-8-2 at 29 points, -2 goal differential. Then since 11-1-3, 36 points plus God knows how many goal differential. 26th minute. I think they were always in the top 4 this whole season anyway, so that doesn't really tell the story. But Orlando going forward. Junior Urso, Ivan Angulo playing backwards was Araujo. Schlegel. 27th minute. Orlando playing backwards and Montreal still pressing. It's the way they play. Has some open space there. Can they do anything with it? Juan. Ball goes to Juan. Nice play through to Facundo Torres. Nice vision there by Facundo. Araujo. Facundo Torres. Cesar Araujo. Antonio Carlos. No. Schlegel. The MLS Cup playoffs hero back in 2020, of course. Playing forward. Juan for Orlando. Orlando's holding possession here. Are you doing the state game this weekend or are they on a bye week? If you're talking about upcoming Saturday, no, because it doesn't matter. The Alabama game does not matter anymore. It's not 6-1 versus 6-1 because they just lost to Kentucky. And, oh, by the way, Bama's coming off a loss after we choked in Lexington, Kentucky. So, yeah, that's not going to be fun. I'll watch it. If they win, I'll do a review. That's as best as you're getting. If State somehow pulls a crazy upset, I'll do a review of it. Only then. Or if they're so bad, like shut out and they lose by like 60, 55 or 60, then I'll talk about it. Either way, ain't going to be live. Not after what I saw last night. Probably. He'll be gone in the winter. Bama's Bama, so I want you to stream it anyway. Yeah, but I know it doesn't matter. Besides, I don't think I've streamed something so, how do I put this? I don't think I've streamed a game so depressing or that could end up so depressing, like me just getting depressed more and more throughout the moment. Maybe last year's Canadian Championship could match up. I don't know. Like, it would be like that level. No, Orlando didn't make the playoffs before 2020. You'll probably beat them, but I'm not too sure about you beating Georgia. We're not beating either after what we did. Yep, I'm covering tomorrow's games. Let me read Rebel's comment. After so long, my grandpa's going back to Mexico. I miss him. He's going to fix stuff there, but it's going to be lonely without him. He made me the man I am. Even when he was hardcore, I love him. That's the way family is. Feel for you, man. That's just the way family is. And a man's got to do what he's got to do. So, all respect to your grandpa. I know he's going to get it done, whatever he's got to get done. And I feel for you. But yes, I'll be covering tomorrow's games. 30th minute. And there's a... Okay, that was a little bit of a pull. Yeah, definitely on Johnston. That's definitely a foul. I bet that the USMNT roster that Berhalter will announce on November 9th for the World Cup will be the same roster he normally calls up. Exactly. Thumbs up. Yep. 31st minute. Elfath, more like El Trash. Ivan Angulo gets a yellow card. That's 2 yellow cards already on Orlando. Elfath doing his thing, ain't he? Referee of the year, my ass. Referee of the year, my ass. That's got to be a sick joke. Cross in off the corner, free kick, which was basically like a corner, just further out. But played up by Montreal. Waterman's still up there. Kicked away, and that's going to be a... They're moving pretty slow, so I can't really... Didn't see the arm movement either. 32nd minute. Throw in. There we go. 32nd minute. Montreal have not really knocked at the door yet, besides that Kai Kamara header. Orlando the same, besides the Erkan Kara shot. Haven't really knocked at the door. Very boring first half. It seems like both teams are just trying to figure each other out. Montreal's system just doesn't look as good as it has recently tonight. That would also be a sick joke. That rolls out for a goal kick. .32 minute. .32 minute. Wouldn't it be crazy if this game went like 85 minutes without a goal and Elfath's calling out Orlando for wasting time. Are you crazy? Chris! 33rd minute. Wow, Buffalo beat Kansas City, huh? Called it. Montreal going forward. Victor Wanyama plays it to Kai Kamara. That's cleared. Montreal, just something about them. They're not looking as good as they have the past 2.5 months, 3 months. Oh, I agree with that. 34th minute. Some about Montreal's system. The way they're playing, they just ain't playing their best right now in this first half. If they're playing at their best, they easily are winning. And here's Orlando, shot over the bar. Oh, boy. Ivan Angulo puts one over the bar, too, but Orlando wants it more so far. I gotta say, Orlando wants this more. Right now, they want it more than Montreal does. And that could go a long way. Santos Laguna still 0-0 Toluca against Toluca. But honestly, I think Orlando wants this more. Kamal Miller plays it through to Huan, or tried to play it to Lapalainen, but Huan gets there first. That goes to Kai Kamara. 35th minute. Wanyama. Kone. Ishmael Kone plays it back to Joel Waterman. There's Kone once again on the ball. Lapalainen. Wanyama. Montreal can't find a pass that they normally would. It's weird. Lapalainen. Lapalainen. Plays forward. Be cleared by Orlando, but it gets back to Kone. They pass it back. There's a hole in Quebec that they call Montreal. Go Dale, Montreal, go Dale. And Eagles have scored 5 seconds into the second quarter. Damn it. 7-0. I know we're the stronger one of the two playing. I agree with that. Well, I said it first, but yeah, I still agree. Right now, Piet plays forward. Over the top. Shot. Goes past the post and bounces over the head of Lapalainen. Huon out for a throw, and Huon is down. Put all of himself into trying to clear that ball. 37th minute. Huon is down. Again, whenever there's breaking news during the offseason, Fridays and game days during the season. But Huon is down. They got to go check him. He had to make that run. He really had to make that run to make sure that wasn't a goal. He put his heart into it. Again, Orlando wants it more. They're putting their bodies on the line. They're putting their hearts on the line to try to win this match. Oh, Bubba Wallace and Kyle Larson were fighting at Las Vegas. Jason, it was a former assistant coach of the Montreal Impact / CF Montreal, Jason DeTulio. He had cancer in 2021, going into 2022, and he passed away back in late May, early June. But it's a memorial patch for Montreal's former assistant coach, former player and assistant coach. So, started just a couple of days ago. I guess that would be last Friday now. KC Current 2, Houston Dash 1, San Diego, Chicago play about an hour. Must be NWSL playoffs because I know the Shield was decided. What do you think Michael Bradley and Josie Altidore will retire? Before 2025. That's all I'm going to say. Before 2025. 39th minute. Cross in. Montreal headed away by Schlegel. Backstory is Larson hit Bubba into the wall, and Bubba spun Larson. Bubba got out, walked to Larson, shoved him, and almost sucker punched him. Well, that's a ruckus. Well, that's a ruckus. I can tell you that much. You ain't gonna see that in F1. I can tell you that much. 40th minute. Kone on the ball. That's out for a goal kick for Gallese. 40th minute. I don't think COVID-19 was the reason that Berhalter stopped calling Michael and Josie. It's the fact that they were part of Trinidad and they're refreshing the team. COVID actually probably would have made it more likely they got called up. Because, of course, it's harder. For a while there, it was harder to call up when it comes to European players. So the fact they weren't called up in the past year or two was honestly a surprise, but it was always probably a possibility. Now, had COVID not been a thing, it probably wouldn't have even been a possible possibility. You could say, but Josie still got called up to the 2019 Gold Cup, same as Bradley. They were still somewhat good back then. They were still somewhat good back in 2019. And didn't Michael Bradley get called up to the Nations League game? USA, Canada, and Toronto, and then he got owned completely. Was that? Did he do that too? Was he part of that too? I think he was. Josie was hurt at that point, so. Almost forgot Puebla's eliminated Apertura. That means Josie's going back to New England until December 31st, 2022. Yep, his loan is over. Plays over. Kone in the box, onside. Goes to Kamal Miller. Makes a run forward. 42nd minute. Juan is still on the pitch for Orlando. 42nd minute, halftime. Not halftime yet, but 3 minutes to halftime. It's still 0-0. Orlando looking like the much better team. Current USMNT played against the USMNT that failed to qualify for the World Cup. It would be a shit show, but the current USMNT would win. Yeah, that's probably, very close. Probably an ugly game, but yeah, the current USMNT would win. They were more talented. And an older, no. A younger Pulisic would honestly still be better in that game. Free kick for Orlando. Giancarlo Stanton hit a home run for the Yankees. 4-2. Or no, a sac fly. 1 run. Exactly. That's the mentality you got to have. Yep. But 4-2 Yankees. I mean, even a game 5, the Guardians could still win, frankly. So. Red Bull lost due to Aaron Long being its striker. Or the fact Aaron Long couldn't defend a counterattack. And then they put him at striker because he gave up the counterattack that he couldn't defend. Let's make sure let's just correct the record there. Orlando honestly looks like the better team, Elias. Orlando looks like the better team against Montreal. Still 0-0. Going through the half, 0-0, 0-0. 44th minute. 1 more minute to go before stoppage time. Some Red Bull fans said Aaron Long can defend. I mean, I hope he can because I think Toronto will go after him. Well, I did do a review, by the way, called How Are You Now, Hex? It's in the Ryan Sports Review Season 1 playlist. So you could easily go check that out. But I was ecstatic. For a lack of a better word or sentence, I was ecstatic. But 45th minute. About as ecstatic as Hamilton, tell you the truth. And no penalty. No penalty. No penalty. Are you kidding me? Imagine Aaron Long was Raheem Sterling or Marcus Rashford. Then the Red Bulls would win the MLS Cup. 3 minutes of stoppage time in the first half. 45th minute. As an NYCFC fan, I need Orlando to win so we continue with home field advantage in the next round. Well, you may not be disappointed. Orlando's playing well. They're tied right now. Unless they check this on VAR and give a penalty for it. Montreal getting jobbed. It's called a Montreal screw job, Winvo. Bret Hart would know. The Montreal screw job, but this time it ain't Vince McMahon screwing Bret Hart. It's Ishmael Elfaf screwing CF Montreal. Montreal screw job 2.0. Yep, goal kick. It is a goal kick. Yep, this is a Montreal screw job. I'm even feeling sorry for Montreal. I can't believe it. I think that was a penalty. Lapalainen, the tackle on him, that was a penalty. The tackle on Kone was a penalty. They should have had 2 penalties by now. Dallas now down 14-0. No, I did not. Like, I thought Zambrano would take Canada to a good level, but probably be more like on their best day, they could beat USA or Mexico. On USA, Mexico's worst day and Canada's best ever day, but not like regularly like Herdman can. So, no. Be fine with winning or losing. Besides, I'm not sure Montreal's not done yet till second half. Orlando's still the best team right now. The better team right now. Orlando's playing better. Here's a chance. Shot over the bar. Over the bar. Antonio Carlos puts it over the bar. Oh, no. 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 How? 3 over the bar. Their 3 best chances Orlando has put over the bar. And it looked like the angle was actually pretty good there for until 2 seconds left. If he kept that a bit low, that would have went top bins. Orlando would be leading right now. I think if I could read lips, I think Antonio Carlos just said carajo. That's halftime. Halftime in Montreal right now. It is 0-0, 0-0, 0-0. If I could do it French, English, and Spanish. It's 0-0 at the half between Montreal and Orlando. Orlando's been the way better team. Let's see if it stays that way for another 45 minutes. And maybe, possibly extra time. Whoa, boy. So, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, talk about what I thought, and keep it going. Sit tight. We'll be back. Second half, stats at the half. Here we go. We got 3 shots to 3. No shots on goal to no shots on goal. 63% possession to 37% possession. 241 accurate passes, 89% to 134. 81% accurate passes. We got 272 passes to 167. We got 9 fouls to 2, 0 offside to 1, 1 corner to 0. We got 3 accurate crosses to 0, 13 throws to 8, 0 tackles 1 to 4, 1 interception to 4, 0 clearances to 6, no saves on either side, no yellows to 2, and 0 red cards to 0. But honestly, for me, I think Montreal has not been the better team in this game, even though they have 63% possession. Yep, 63% possession so far. I think Orlando wants it more. They're defending better. Orlando is defending better. They're the stronger team so far. They've had better chances, honestly, more better. I wouldn't say better, but they've had more shots that went over than the one header that bounced off of Kai Kamara's head. Orlando has honestly been the more diligent team so far. They want this more than Montreal does, especially in this first half. Now, of course, this definitely could go sideways in the second half. It could. It could go sideways. But Orlando's played better in the first half. Montreal, they've been more diligent. They've played the ball around. They've tried to find their openings. But it just doesn't look the same as it has the past 3 months under Wilfried Nancy. This looks more like early season Montreal, which they were still good, but they've reverted back to May form, which is just weird. I expected better, honestly, out of Montreal today. At home, a full Stade Saputo, which you normally don't see. Not much, at least. Not very often. And Orlando is negating that energy for some reason. So, can't wait to see what happens in the second half. I thought that before the game. Right now, Montreal's got to turn this game around. This has to go sideways for Orlando to say Montreal's got this in the bag. But they got 45 minutes and possibly extra time if things don't change. If Orlando doesn't score but Montreal doesn't. Or if they both score a goal. Extra time. Having shrimp and pasta for dinner tonight. Nice. Nice. That sounds like a good dinner. Shrimp and pasta. Yes. Depends on what type, but I've had shrimp and pasta dinners before. The shrimp campanelle back in Nashville that I made myself that one time. That was good. That was good. Second half started Santos Laguna versus Toluca. Should be interesting. But we got another 45 minutes in Montreal at the very least, if not 75. And a penalty shootout. Do you eat spicy food like spicy? I don't hate spice, but there's a level. Like, if I ever did hot ones, there'd be a moment where I start really sweating and really feeling the effects of it. Like, there's a couple of levels where it would just be, yeah, I like this. And maybe a level or two where it's bordering on hot. Then I would just start sweating. My face gets red and sweat. But I'm not completely mild. Like, there's a level of spice that I like. And I can handle spice, but not like hot. Like, you get to ghost pepper, Carolina Reaper, and like a little bit under that, like a little bit over habanero. like a weaker habanero and over. Or, sriracha isn't too bad. Like the main ones, like Tabasco or, like jalapeno, habanero. Sriracha, that can't be too bad. But then you get to like ghost pepper, Carolina Reaper. Now that's pushing it. That's pushing it. I would start throwing up with a bomb hot sauce on hot ones. I don't know if I'd throw up. But that'd be hot. Jean Meneses scored for Toluca, 1-0. MLS Golden Boot was Hani Mukhtar, of course. And got knocked out of the playoffs in the first round. Second half's about to start. USMNT is back. Hold on. Let's be honest, most Americans do not know the World Cup's happening this year and do not even know that the USMNT is back. We'll know and tune in the World Cup once they see what is happening. They got to be there for an okay amount of time before that happens. Toluca 5-3 on aggregate. Told you Toluca was a good team right now. Second half should start in minutes. What are your realistic expectations for the USMNT in Qatar, round of 16, or not even out of the group stage? I think they find a way out of the group because everybody in the group is in crisis, or at least England's in crisis. Wales, even with a USMNT and England in crisis, they'll go over one of them, but not both. Iran, I still think Wales is better than, and I still think a USA and England in crisis are better than Iran. Now, it'd be funny if England missed out of the group. I think the USMNT are the ones who will make it through with Wales. I think England is out of the group, and Iran, of course. Have you ever been to Alabama? No. Maybe if State ever plays an actually meaningful game at Bryant-Denny, will I be there or ever be there? Paid ref. I mean, I got to agree. The referee, this is a screw job. I have to agree that this does seem like a Montreal screw job. I have to agree. But Ismail Elfath is that's why I guess they used him, because he's such a shit ref. Even though he's somehow referee of the year, they could get away with it being a screw job. Be like, he's just shit. Which is exactly how it's even sicker joke. If this screw job goes the way it does, somebody get that bot. And then Montreal gets screwed over by Elfath. Andres Mosquero scores for Toluca. Iran beat Uruguay 1-0 last month. Oh. Well, better than I thought. But, yeah. This does feel like a Montreal screw job. I actually agree. I think they should have at least had one penalty, if not both. I think Montreal should have had at least one penalty, if not both. The Kone and Miller tackles should have had both. Iran also tied to Senegal last month. Holy shit, Iran is better than I thought. Ooh, well. My bad. They're better than I thought. Can't follow everything. Second half, let's see what happens here. But Orlando still's played very well. I think overall they've been the better team, but there have been some referee moments where he's definitely helped. So, yeah, if Orlando smash and grabs this or wins on penalties, I could see the Montreal screw job narrative or the Lapalainen foul. There we go. Yeah, the Lapalainen foul. Thought Miller was fouled in the box too. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Sadio Mane and Mo Salah? Sadio Mane and Mo Salah are very good players. They're both very good players, and honestly, now Sadio Mane is the better player. Ironically enough, if you asked me last year, I'd say Mo Salah is the better player. But Sadio Mane, if Mo Salah is not playing with him, he's not as good. Like, he's not bad, but he's definitely lost a step. As you can see, playing against Egypt in the World Cup qualifier playoff and the AFCON final, Sadio won that. Since Sadio left to Bayern, Sadio's been playing well. Mo Salah, he's fell off a bit. He's still good, but he's fell off a bit. And Diogo says Liverpool shouldn't have sold Sadio, but he didn't want to stay. I mean, you can't keep somebody who doesn't want to stay. $17-0 Eagles in the second quarter. Mo Salah and Sadio Mane have an amazing relationship and are close friends too. See, it's also about the mental. Sometimes maybe Mo Salah's mentality got hurt when Sadio left. You know, I mean, that makes, or is not around him. I mean, these players are humans, of course. So, of course, there's going to be a mental aspect to it, you know? And Mo Salah's best moments came when Sadio Mane was right next to him. So, of course, it wouldn't feel right if they're not playing next to each other. So I think that's a mental thing, and I actually like that point. I think that's a good point. Mentally wise, I think that's a good point. I think it's a good point. But we got the second half about to start here between Montreal and Orlando. Here we go. Not here we go yet, but should be any minute now. I do definitely think, though, Montreal do need to bring Romel Kyoto off the bench. And here we go. They've kicked off the second half. They were kicked off during a commercial. What are you kidding me? 17 seconds already kicked off. Underway second half. Here we go. Montreal attacking forward. No subs as far as I could tell. ESPN, like, that's honestly disrespectful. But to both Orlando and Montreal. Honestly. Seriously, no. They were playing this freaking advertisement. ESPN, wake up. Gaiese taking the corner. The goal kick slow. And Montreal pressing here. Mihailovic out for a corner kick. Jordi Mihailovic gets it out for a corner kick here. 46th minute. Jordy Mihailovic with the corner. Cross in. Header. That'll go past for a goal kick. The winner will advance to the Eastern Conference semifinal to play the winner of New York and City FC and Miami, Inter Miami. If Orlando win, New York and Inter Miami will host, either or will host the Eastern Conference semi. In that end of the bracket, if Montreal wins, they will host Miami or New York City FC. And Kamal Miller gets the ball back defensively. Back to Panamis to play forward. And Erkan Kara pressing him quick. But there's Orlando. They have the ball. Going forward here. Cleared by Rudy Camacho. Throw in for Orlando. "48th minute. Throw in. Headed away by Miller, and that'll go out. No, it falls to Lapalhainen. But Orlando, nope. Defended it away, yes. But it goes back to Montreal. How do I find off-season transfer news for MLS besides MLS website? I'm sure FotMob will have news about it. ESPN as well. They have a good connection with MLS. Cleared away, out for a goal kick, yes. Will Messi or Ronaldo ever win a World Cup? Yes, one of them will win a World Cup. Ronaldo has 2 more chances. Messi has 1. Argentina's primed to have a good run this year. I feel like I wouldn't be shocked if Argentina wins the World Cup this year. I wouldn't be shocked if Portugal makes the final against Argentina. That would be a great final to have, though. I'm not going to lie. How do you think San Marino would do if they played in CONCACAF instead of UEFA? They'd still be crap. They would still be crap. They may be more at the level of a Curaçao in CONCACAF, but San Marino would still be crap. This is Messi's last chance. Exactly. 50th minute here. Point is I think San Marino, I don't even think they have that much quality that it would really matter if they crossed over, if they could. It's not like Australia crossing over to the AFC and still being able to do great. Or somehow still being one of the better confederations, or I guess it would be the reverse of that. Moutinho. If CR7 wins it, Messi doesn't, he's the official GOAT. I agree with that. San Marino's league is boring. I thought San Marino teams just played in Serie A. I didn't even think San Marino had a league. I thought they were just like an island part of Italy, pretty much. Like Puerto Rico style, you know? That's what I thought. Cross in. Erkan Kara falls down. Shot over the bar by Facundo Torres. 51st minute. But seriously, though. Even though Mexico and USMNT suck right now, they would still absolutely slap San Marino if they played against them. Exactly. Some Curaçao level stuff. Torres over the bar. Montreal has 4 shots. Orlando has 4. Foul. And that'll be a free kick. See where the yellow card goes. To Kamara. Yellow card to Kai Kamara. It takes it pretty easy. What's the score? 0-0 between Montreal and Orlando. Kamara, slide tackles. Oh, Schlegel. He stepped on Schlegel's foot. Kamara did. Yep, that's a yellow. That's a yellow. Ooh, that's not good. You would think Kai Kamara would be more careful than that. I don't know. It doesn't seem like he meant to do it, but the way he took that yellow card in stride, that just doesn't feel. That wouldn't leave a good taste in my mouth. Kai Kamara is a good guy, but that just, I don't think San Marino could beat any of the Central American teams. Yeah, I think it depends. Jamaica, no, I think Jamaica would win that. Costa Rica, I think Costa Rica would win that. Honduras, not right now, but at Honduras' peak, yeah, Honduras would have won. Can San Marino League teams beat Lower League of Australia? No. Lower League of Australia has some quality teams. Australia's got some quality players and some quality teams. Quality's relative, but I thought scrap. There's a fight in the 52nd minute. Who won? That's a dive. And there's a fight. 53rd minute here. There's a scrap in the box. This game honestly has its moments, even though it's still 0-0. This game's had its moments. $53-27. That's where I am right now. Fight for Montreal versus Orlando, and we got a corner, I think, for Orlando. I think Facundo Torres. They're staying in corner position, so I would think it's a corner. This game, the referees are absolutely horrible. Sacre bleu. And the referee's talking to Piet and Junior Urso. Oh boy. $54th minute. It's a tough game. There's a lot of physicality. Throw in for Orlando. Moutinho to take. Jean Moutinho to take. Headed down and cleared by Montreal. Kai Kamara gets the header. Second ball gets to Mihailovic. This could be Montreal's chance. Mihailovic. Jordi Mihailovic plays forward, and it's defended away by Orlando. What a step in forward in front. But no, Samuel Piet gets the ball back. Johnston. But Junior Urso gets it back. Yes, Giacchini is still there. He's on the bench, though, which that honestly makes no sense. But Pereira's prerogative. I wouldn't put Giacchini on the bench. Either he's not showing enough in training, or I thought his talent level was better than Erkan Kara. I would start Giacchini, frankly. 56 minutes. San Marino teams beat any of the Central American teams. I mean, they could beat Guatemala. It'd be close, but I could see Guatemala losing to San Marino. San Marino are playing St. Lucia next month. Well, we'll find out then. So, Ryan, two choices. Wear a jorts and a baggy t-shirt, or the shortest shorts and the tightest shirt? Jorts and a baggy t-shirt. I'm not wearing short shorts. I like tighter shirts, but if that means I have to wear short shorts, like Daisy Duke level short shorts, or 1970s basketball short shorts, yeah, no. I'll keep my jorts and wear a baggy t-shirt. I say Montreal right now 1-0. Montreal has way too much quality to lose this match. I had them going through on my bracket. Of course, heart wants Orlando, but that's obvious. But Montreal right now 1-0. They have way too much talent and way too much good coaching to not win this match. Even though Orlando's playing better, but, well, that's what I'm talking about when I say 60s, 70s shorts. So, right now, I still think Montreal will find a way to win. Be close, but I think they'll find a way to win. And I had them on my bracket the whole time. So that's my prediction. My official prediction, what my gut says and what I think's actually going to happen prediction. Of course, my heart wants Orlando, duh, but I'm not going to listen to my heart with the way Montreal has been playing until the first half tonight. For like 3 months until the first half tonight, I won't listen to my heart there. So, San Marino couldn't beat the worst team in Africa, Seychelles, last international break. So I guess St. Lucia could win. 20-0 Eagles. Damn, Cooper Rush actually sucks. Here comes Montreal, Johnston. 58th minute. Wanyama. See, here it is. Lapalainen. He could have taken the shot there. Wanyama. He waited a bit too long to take the shot. Kai Kamara. Shot! Side netting. Rolls past. Goal kick for Gaiese. 58th minute. No. When will a Caribbean team return to the World Cup? Probably 2026. How's Alistair Johnston done this season? He's done pretty good. Damn good player, Alistair Johnston. Honestly, one of the best defenders in MLS. Still. And honestly, better than he was in Nashville. He's playing well for Montreal, I have to say. Playing very well. 59th minute. Playing forward. Here comes Montreal. Garrett Cole, 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, 2.03 ERA, 110 pitches. Yeah, I think Jamaica will in 2026. Yeah, I agree. Orlando going forward. Angulo. Montreal. Kone pops it in the air, keeps it down. He gets to it. No, but yellow card for Kone. Offensive foul. Free kick for Orlando in the 60th minute. Schlegel gets bodied. A lot. Will Costa Rica and Panama qualify for 2026? Costa Rica, I gotta see them at about 2024, 2025 Gold Cup. No, 23. At the 2025 Gold Cup, then I'll make my, if there's still some time left, I should say. But Costa Rica's got to rebuild quick. Panama as well, so to speak. So both of them, they sort of have to rebuild. But I think they'll have a chance. But it's probably going to be more like the first round version of qualifying in CONCACAF, where it's all groups and like the best team in each group goes to a 2-legged tie against a team, and then boom. Well, El Salvador, Guatemala qualify for 2026. That I could see. I think El Salvador does qualify outright. Guatemala, I think they make the playoff tournament. But that's what I feel there. That's what I feel like there. I like El Salvador. If they're Federation doesn't get suspended, I should say. But if nothing's happened to where Alianza and all the others could have a full run, Aguila and Platense could have a full run in CONCACAF League, or their full runs and not get knocked out. Yes, I agree. The 2018 Panama team was their golden generation. 62nd minute. That's a free kick for Montreal. Very close. Very close in. Kone is up. Free kick for Montreal. '63rd minute. Pereira's getting the wall made up, and he's pissed. Pereira ain't happy, I can tell you that. He ain't happy. Got Mihailovic to take the free kick. Jordi Mihailovic. I don't think so on that. El Salvador won't have a golden generation that can compete with the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. Shot by Mihailovic right into the wall. Throw in for Montreal. I don't think they'll be that close. They'll have a good team. Or I should say, they won't win. They could draw here or there, but I guess compete means they don't look horrible. So I guess, yes. For non-U.S., Canada, Mexico golden generations in CONCACAF, they have to compete against them. So, yeah, fair enough. I'll give you that. I think so. If you're using that as a definition, yeah. But like fall short at the very end, yes. Orlando. Araujo plays back. Urso plays it straight to Piet. But it's still with Orlando now. Angulo. Torres can't get to it, and Angulo slips before he can get back to it. Honduras. If Honduras stays the way they are, El Salvador will be easy, or El Salvador will easily beat them. But we got to see Honduras grow, but I don't know if they do. 65th minute. No. But if you mean compete like that, no. 65th minute. Maybe draw in El Salvador, in Cuscatlán, but that isn't many CONCACAF matches in that situation. '65th minute. '66th minute. Orlando going forward. And honestly, Orlando still wants this more than Montreal does, honestly. Want is sometimes better than talent when talent ain't performing. Didn't expect that. Want is sometimes better than talent. If El Salvador gets as good as I think, maybe they could pick one off at Cuscatlán. I won't give you a date or time because I think that'd be hard to do. But shot blocked away. Montreal still has it. Kone. Piet. 66th minute. Orlando is honestly just outworking Montreal right now. Talent didn't come to work hard tonight. So a team that has a heart and an outworking spirit, of course they're going to look better as it is. 67th minute. Wanyama plays it back. Kamal Miller. Cleared up the pitch by Orlando, and they're just fine with that. Pantomis. Waterman. Lando don't send many up to press there. Lapalainen. Against Huon. Lapalainen crossed in, headed away. 67th minute. You know, this honestly reminds me of the Orlando-Montreal match at MLS's back in 2020. This is very, honestly, sort of feels similar. Ishmael Kone, goal! Goal! Le Bleu! CF Montreal! Ishmael Kone breaks the deadlock. Le Bleu! Ishmael Kone! Goal, Montreal! What a run. The unexpected star, Ishmael Kone, with the goal. The 68th minute. There they go. I told you their talent would show through at some point. I agreed. Mihailovic into Kone, and Kone just makes the run and takes the quick shot and rolls it to the far post. Nothing wrong with that. There it is. I don't think, Winvo, keep your head held high. Third goal of the season for Ishmael Kone. First since August 28th, and what a good time to get one in the 68th minute. 1-0 Montreal. Here we go. Into 20 minutes left. 20 minutes to go. Orlando's played damn well, but there was a moment where Montreal's talent was going to shine through, and there it was. But it's not over yet. If Orlando keeps playing the way they were before the goal, they still have time. They still have 20 minutes to score. It's not over yet. Winvo, keep your head up. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Now, if Montreal scores a second and kicks on, now then you have a problem. Then I think it's over. But right now, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Know of Tom Holmes at Reading. Yes. 71st minute. 19 minutes for Orlando to tie it up if they want to keep their season alive. CF Montreal hadn't played well today. But they only needed one moment, and they got it. Seems like they've clicked on since early returns yet, but since the Kone goal, it seems like they've clicked on. And Orlando is holding their finger in the dam to make sure it doesn't completely burst. But, well, that's probably what you're going to get if Orlando scores, unless they could find two crazy goals and this game just keeps twisting and turning. But I mean, Orlando's got to score quick and then try to push for the second. Not just score one like with 80 minutes. Santos Laguna, red card. Well, damn. '72nd minute. Orlando playing forward. Angulo. Foul. Free kick. Montreal stepped it up about 10 minutes ago. I'd say about 5, but it doesn't matter. They only needed one moment. You got time. I don't blame you. Moutinho. Moutinho plays through. Header! Angulo brings it down. Moutinho. Shot. Wide right. Yeah, wide right. 73rd minute. 73 minutes in for 1-0 lead for Montreal. And it looks like Benji Michel and Jake Mulroney are coming in. 73rd minute. Pantomis to take the goal kick here. And Angulo's right there to get the ball back. Good play by Angulo, but not enough to keep the possession. And he fouls. Gives it away. Fouls Johnston. Free kick for Montreal. '74th minute. It's getting gear time. I agree. Here we go. Benji Michel and Jake Mulroney are coming on for Orlando at the next stoppage. Erkan Kara pressing Pantomis. Gets to Jordi Mihailovic. Moutinho's putting in work, I gotta say. 74th minute. I think the ref will look to give Orlando a penalty kick. I mean, they've basically said the 2 Montreal penalty shouts that were correct. They were right in calling for it. They didn't get a penalty. So I wouldn't be shocked if Orlando gets a bullshit pen at the other end to tie the match up. If it's still 1-0 about the 85th minute, I wouldn't be shocked. I feel like that's going to happen. I just have a feeling. The Montreal screw job narrative is not going away at all, I bet. If Montreal holds on to win this 1-0, it may just go away. But the Montreal screw job narrative, Montreal screw job 2.0 narrative. But if they have to go to extra time to win this match, or they lose on penalties, or even win on penalties, I say that narrative stays. Because there was no really substantiative evidence that really changed the match. They should have had 2 penalties, but they still leading. Smash the like button, exactly. Hit that like button. Send super chats, y'all. Hit that subscribe button as well. Let's get it going. Not really. BS or not, I want the pen to be called correctly. But if it's BS. 2 wins, 8 losses, and 2 draws for American clubs in Canada during the MLS Cup playoffs. Yellow card for Pereira. Piet fouled, 76th minute. Be good for Alistair Johnston to get in as many competitive games as possible before the World Cup. Same as Kamal Miller. Ivan Angulo off for Benji Michel, and Junior Urso off for Jake Mulroney, the 77th minute. As this game gone on, Montreal's got stronger and stronger. I agree with that. But it was at a snail's pace, I could tell you that much. 77th minute. Jean Moutinho got the yellow card. It's going to be a foul there. Free kick for Montreal. Urso off isn't the best. Yeah, but you got to go for a goal. So Oscar Pereira making a big move. I agree. I think Giacchini should have been the one on for Junior Urso, or they should have put on Giacchini, but they still have time. 4-2 Yankees at the end of the 8th. Here's a free kick. Free kick for Montreal. 78th minute. This gets scored. The game is wrapped up for Montreal. You cannot let them score a second goal if you're Orlando. That's going to go out. And Moutinho throw in for Orlando. Orlando did not look good the last month of the season. I thought Montreal would be more comfortable. Hey, if it's your first playoff game, I guess you're always going to have jitters. So, and it's the first playoff game for a lot of these players besides Kamara, and I could see why maybe he started, was the playoff experience. Free kick for Orlando here. 79th minute. 10 minutes plus stoppage time, or 11 minutes plus stoppage time is where we're getting to here in Orlando. Oh, Moutinho plays backwards. Schlegel. 79th minute. Plays back. Pereira. That's going to go for a goal kick for Panamas, 79th minute. 4-2-3-1 for Orlando now. What it looks like. Montreal still to impact me. Same here, but trust me, I still almost say it sometimes. And it looks like Matthew Chouanier is coming on for Ishmael Kone, the goal scorer. Matthew Chouanier for Ishmael Kone. I think to everybody, even the Montreal fans, it's still the impact. Like, nobody says, oh, they're CF Montreal to me. No, the Montreal Impact is, well, CF Montreal is still the Montreal Impact to me. I think everybody agrees with that. How's my bracket doing so far? I am, right now as it stands, 3 out of 4. So, 3-1. The only one I got wrong was the LA Galaxy Nashville. Come on, Montreal, says Marco, his MLS side. Montreal is doing what they got to do. I had them going through. I thought it'd be a lot easier, but as it stands, the only one I have wrong so far is Nashville, which also means one of my Western Conference semis is wrong because I had Nashville beating LAFC. Oh, past the post. So the best I could do on my full bracket is 11 out of 13. Which isn't bad. Which isn't bad at all. You could still win a prize out of the bracket challenge if you do that. So 11 out of 13, probably. If everything else goes my way. Orlando in the 82nd minute. They got to find a goal. Kamara just wide. Mexico and USMNT won't have farewell matches for the World Cup. I could have told you that. They may have matches in the Middle East or close, just like Canada is with Japan. But 6 stoppage time minutes for 2-0 Toluca. City fan from Manchester, but Montreal won my heart. I got money on the game, too. You just hate the color red, don't you? But it's a good way to, somebody can easily win your heart if you got money on the games. I agree with that. Hold on. Paper pop. There we go. There we go. I don't have a Chalice of Supremacy, but I have a Coca-Cola. '83rd minute. City fan should have better taste because, yeah, Duncan's a City fan, but a Toronto fan. Feels weird that Mexico's not having a farewell match because they normally do before every World Cup. Maybe the time is just weird. The timing's just weird. Tesho Akindele coming on. Tesho time. It's Tesho time. Free kick for Orlando. I agree with that. Definitely agree. Tesho scores a lot of goals in stoppage time, or late on. He really does. It's like Tobias time, but in reverse. Is Tesho a free agent after this year? I got an idea. I think Toronto should sign Tesho as a backup. Well, no, they still have Jimenez. But, oh, and Kamal Miller's down. You know Tesho's Canadian, right? Mexico and USA will be doing a quick farewell when the World Cup starts. Lol. Kamal Miller, don't be hurt. Don't be hurt that bad. Just hopefully the ball just went off his face and it's just stinging. That's all I'm asking for. We don't need Kamal Miller to miss the World Cup. We do not need that. That would suck. 84th minute. So will Croatia. No. Honestly, Canada, Croatia, Canada, Belgium, Morocco. 1 through 4. I have a lot more faith in Croatia than I do Belgium. Yep. Miller's up. Tesho keeps us alive, so I want him to stay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Homegrown for Orlando coming in. Yep, Tesho and Orlando needs a miracle now. This is true. 86th minute. Quick throw to Schlegel. But subs at the 86th minute, that just doesn't seem smart. I mean, if you do score the goal, I guess so. But plays through, shot, saved by Panamas. Tap through. Canada got the toughest draw. Croatia and Belgium are both top 10 based on real results. Fair enough. Santos Laguna 1-2. Mulroney pops it over. Cara Taps it, but right to Panamas. Pops it over his head. That rolls in for a goal. Bounces in for a goal. Gorehan scored the goal for Santos Laguna. But I think 7-5. Wallahi Orlando. Tesho for Cesar Rajo. And Huan off for Halliday. Halliday is the homegrown. For Michael Halliday, Huan is off. Tesho is on for Cesar Rajo. 87th minute. And Tesho almost kept that in for himself. Benji Michel. 88th minute. Ooh. Pereira. 6-4 aggregate. Germany and England are overrated. I agree with that. Well, no, Germany's getting back with Hansi Flick, but their names of the past looking at recent results. Oh, I agree. But with it being 1-0 and Montreal wins sort of easily, I don't know if the Montreal screw job narrative really runs. Like, I'll say there was some dubious officiating. They should have had a penalty, if not 2. Should technically be 2-0, if not 3-0. But I don't think anybody's really going to run with a Montreal Screwjob 2.0 narrative. Or at least make that a really big part of the narrative, I should say. That's just me, though. Now, if they go to extra time and then win in extra time, maybe then, or even lose in extra time or penalties. But right now, 89th minute, Kamara's down. Yep, injury stoppage. Sub coming on for one minute plus stoppage time left to go here, which probably be like 3 minutes or 4 because of this stoppage. And the Kamal Miller stoppage, so maybe 5. We're getting up to some long bit of stoppage time for sure. I think I just saw El Fath mouth out 5. I would think so. They can't play like crap 2 games in a row. And they're slightly better than New York. So I think I agree with that sentiment. But we'll cover that on Tuesday. 4-2 Yankees, bottom of the 9th. Mason Toy is on for Kai Kamara. They didn't put on Ramel Kyoto. I guess they don't have to. Oh, look. 90th minute. See what we got. Mason Toy is on for Kai Kamara. 90th minute. And how much stoppage time will that? I somewhat can. Montreal looks good tonight, though. Much more organized in the second half. I would agree. The first half, it seemed like Orlando wanted it more. And even in a little bit to the second half, I thought Orlando was the more determined team. But Montreal definitely has turned their quality on around the 55th minute. They really started to turn their quality on. So I agree. Since then, it's been all Montreal. It's definitely been more Montreal since about the 55th minute to me. Defending our cup now seems a bit scary facing Montreal. Would have preferred Orlando by far. Yeah. If I was New York, I would have too. 91st minute, 6 minutes of stoppage time. We got 5 more to go. Can Orlando keep their season alive, or will Montreal find a goal and wrap this up? Montreal headed away. Chouanier. No, I didn't, but I heard Liverpool won 1-0. Tigres Pachuca started 1-0 aggregate. Kamara can play pretty well. He's a good player. He's a good player. But I think he was legitimately rocked a bit there, so fair enough. The game's almost over. I don't think Montreal's going to need extra time, but I've seen crazier things happen. But again, Montreal's been the way better team since about the 55th minute, I think. But again, I could give respect when I have to. Obvious reasons. But Mauricio Pereira gets a yellow card. That's a save by Gallese. Goal kick. 93rd minute, halfway through. No, you wouldn't. Yankees win and go into Game 5. Orlando needs to pull what Austin did earlier today. Tie extra time. Soccer gods, I beg you. Only if it's a bullshit penalty that fits the Montreal Screwjob 2.0 narrative. As I said, I could see that happening. But they got to dive in the box within 3 minutes. So I don't know if they'll get it there, frankly, the way they're playing. Montreal, I think they know the situation too. They're trying to keep the ball away as much as they can. Hell, they'll tactical foul at midway just to make sure that doesn't happen. It's out for a throw. I don't blame them. NYCFC fan here, don't want to play Montreal. I honestly wouldn't. I agree with you there. If I was thinking like an NYCFC fan, I agree with you. Montreal's going to be a hard game to play. Got to get past Miami and Pozuelo first, though. He's still rent-free in Sean Johnson's head until, well, we all say otherwise. Sean Johnson got to shut out Pozuelo before we say he isn't. Pozuelo isn't in Sean Johnson's head rent-free. Let's remember, when you won an MLS Cup, you didn't play Pozuelo. '95th minute. Just saying. Just saying. '95th minute. 94:30. We got a minute 30 to go. Can Orlando save their season? Lapalainen keeps it in. Lapalainen. Miami will be tough too. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But tomorrow night should be a good game. I'll be live for it. Here comes Montreal. What a save. Mihailovic, it rolls through his legs. He could have put the game away, but he doesn't. Foul. Ooh. Stoppage of play. And Mihailovic is down, and he's pissed. Free kick. Don't worry. New York will beat Miami. I'll be at the game tomorrow night. Seen my team play 13 occasions. I haven't seen them lose. Pray, and I keep my streak alive. Well, no, actually. No, that doesn't work. Free kick right on the line for Montreal. No, the last time we played a playoff game at Citi Field, they lost. And, Pozuelo played that game, by the way. But let's see what streak stays. Yeah, I agree. For sure. Ole chant going off in Montreal. And it's full time. No, VAR. They're checking VAR. Seeing if it was actually a penalty. Oh, boy. Is it a penalty? Vapalainen plays through. Schwanier rolls through the legs of Mihailovic. Does he get fouled in the box? Yes. His feet were in the box. The ball? Not so, but Mihailovic's feet were in the box when he got fouled there. That could be a penalty. Confirmed pen is happening. We got some elder statesmen here, I guess. Nice. Penalty for Orlando. Penalty for Montreal. Penalty against Orlando. And Elfaf will give penalty. Here we go. Penalty given. And Gaiese will get in goal. Penalty for Montreal, and Mihailovic will take. Jordi Mihailovic versus Pedro Gaiese. If Mihailovic scores, Orlando's season is over. If he doesn't, Orlando may have one chance to save their season. It's very tight right now. Will Mihailovic put the dagger in? Montreal finally gets the penalty that they've been looking for. They should have got two in the first half, or at least one of them. They finally got it. Jordi Mihailovic to put the dagger in. He runs up, takes the shot. Goal! Goal! Le but! Montreal! Jordi Mihailovic scores the penalty. Puts it at the near post. Gaiese couldn't get a hand to it. Goes the same way. But Jordi Mihailovic scores the penalty, bangs it in. Le but! Montreal! Jordi Mihailovic. That was a bad foul by Moutinho. Yep, same way, but Gaiese did not get a hand on it. Mihailovic just went bang. Boom. Jordi Mihailovic. He's going to be... When he goes to Europe, he will be missed in MLS, though. And that, Orlando still has a chance to go forward, even if won't win them the game. Orlando going forward. That's a goal kick, no corner. I don't know if he's going back to Europe or he's going to Japan. We don't know where he's going. He's just leaving. Comes Orlando, crosses in. Full time! Full time! At 100 minutes, it is full time. Montreal. CF Montreal wins 2-0. 2-0. 2-0 versus Orlando City SC. CF Montreal pulls through and finds the win. When in the first half, it didn't look like they would. In the second half, they make it look easy. They make it look easy. CF Montreal are through to play the winner of New York City FC versus Inter Miami CF, and they will host that match at Stade Saputo on Sunday afternoon, 12 p.m. Central. Next Sunday, a week from today, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. They will host that match. We will see who they host tomorrow night. But what a win for Montreal. Still joining tomorrow. Yeah, now it's just time for you to have fun. Mihailovic with a great pass to Kone gives the first goal. Then Mihailovic scores the penalty to put the dagger in Orlando's hearts. Orlando's still going to the CCL, of course, as Open Cup champions, but Montreal is through. No problem, and congratulations on that bet. Hopefully it's a good amount of money. Hopefully it's not just about 10 quid. Hopefully it's a good amount of money. Thank you. Yeah, me too. Just like Kyoto, I shouldn't be a fan of Ramel and Mihailovic, but I am. They're awesome players. I got to give them respect. They're awesome players. But with that being said, NYCFC beat Montreal in our home opener this season. I was there that game. Does this mean I have to get plane tickets to Canada? I think it does. It is a tenner. Well then, there we go. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. Once subscribed, send super chats on the live streams. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will be back within the hour for the review of this match. That'll be up within the hour. I'll see you then. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. Congratulations, Montreal. Have a good day. See you tomorrow, hopefully.